The Central Florida Knights have battled their way to the finals of the Intercollegiate Team Bowling Championships, led by their head coach, the Hall of Famer Pat Costello. Already surpassing last year's fifth place showing in this event, their fans hope UCF will spell national champions. They'll meet the Lindenwood Lions, who pounced on the competition in their fourth consecutive year at this prestigious tournament. The finals are straight ahead on CSTV. In college bowling, this is where all the hard work pays off, the Intercollegiate Team Championships. The top 16 women's programs have come here, but only one will go home a national champion. The women of Lindenwood University are trying to do what the men's team did last year, take home the crown. But Bowler of the Year, Stephanie Nation, and her Central Florida Knights are hungry after falling just short a year ago. The 2006 Intercollegiate Team Championships are next. The Central Florida Knights are red hot and rolling, trying to bowl their way to a national title, but the Lindenwood Lions are ready to roar in college bowling's premier event as CSTV presents the Intercollegiate Team Championships from the Cherry Bowl in Rockford, Illinois. It's the Women's National Championship match. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Weber, joined by Deandra Asbady, who won 2 national championships at this tournament. 32nd year of this event, and once more, a deep and talented field.
Well, there are a lot of bowling events. I've always thought the ultimate in team bowling is right here. That energy at the Cherry Bowl this week, unreal. And
we're down to 2 teams standing, going after a national championship. It's already been an award-winning year for Central Florida, with National Coach of the Year and the National Bowler of the Year in Stephanie Nation.
Stephanie Nation had an amazing year. She was high average all year, 3-time Team USA. She has great spare shooting. She is the gel that keeps this team together. She's a great leader.
Lindenwood trying to duplicate the national championship won by the men's squad last year, and Jessica Lezagondich has had a great season.
Jessica did have a good year. She was an honorable mention, All-American, and finds herself for the very first time in the finals of the national championship.
In fact, it's a historic day for both programs. Their first national championship match. One's going to walk away with the first national title in their history. Top 16 teams in the nation have made it to Rockford. In the final, it's best 2 out of 3. And this event features the Baker format.
5 bowlers bowling 2 frames each, the number on their shirts corresponding to the frames that they're bowling. Because you're only throwing 2 shots, you have to take a lot of risks. Communication with your teammates is key.
Ashley Gordon, Jr., East Moline, Illinois.
So it is Ashley Gordon to get things rolling for Lindenwood.
Let's do this.
And she starts with a strike.
Wow, the leadoff bowler has such an important role. They have to be able to give good reads and pump up their team. Ashley keeps this ball online. First shot out of the gate, it was perfect.
Feeling good at the start. Opening frame for Central Florida.
Michelle Carcagente, Jr., Palm Coast, Florida.
Michelle trying to duplicate the strike thrown by Lindenwood. And she does just that.
I've always found the first frame on TV is always the hardest. You just want to throw a good, clean shot. Both leadoff bowlers do that. Michelle gets this ball off her hand, great. It's a little bit light, but mixes them up.
In the second frame, Lindenwood turns to a freshman.
Emily Papke, freshman, Davenport, Iowa.
And Emily leaves the head pin and the 2.
Emily's goal in this finals is to just bowl like she practices. Easier said than done. She gets this ball a little bit right, never really gets into a roll. Stays out of trouble, though, and leaves a 1-2. Ideally, she wants to hit both these pins with her ball. And she does not do that, but makes it from the outside.
Different ways of getting the same results. Second frame for Central Florida.
Michelle Erler, Jr., Tavares, Florida.
Everything but the 7 pin.
Erler's throwing a nice shot, playing further left than the right-handers are playing on the right. It's online. She leaves the 7. You can hear how encouraging her team is. They cheered their way to the finals.
And the team concept so important in college bowling. And that was not even close.
She looked very tentative on that shot. There's a lot of pressure out here.
The rankings, though, revealing both teams with plenty to be excited about. Both ranked in the top 5. Central Florida at number 2. Lindenwood number 4. Wichita State entered the event as the number 1 team in the nation. In the 3rd frame, Lindenwood turns to a player from north of the border. A good luck kiss as well.
Melanie Regis, Junior, Chateauguay, Quebec.
Melanie's favorite bowler is Liz Johnson. Johnson being the first woman to make a TV show on the PBA Tour.
There's the strike.
And she threw that ball like she's been on TV before, just like Liz Johnson, and in fact has not. Great start for the Lions. Keeps that ball on line, touches the head pin, mixes them up, clean through 3 frames.
3rd frame now for the Knights of Central Florida, featuring one of their 2 seniors.
Kayla Lehman, senior, Sanford, Florida.
Kayla's been yelling a lot this week, you can tell. Leaves herself some work to be done.
Kayla's ball just got too far right on that shot. It just didn't make the corner. It hits him out of bounds, leaves the wash shot, 1-2-4-10. She needs to put her ball in between the 1 and the 2 to slide the 1 into the 10.
First open frame for UCF.
Looks like her elbow got out a little bit on that shot. She turned it early.
So some early trouble for the Knights of Central Florida, but coming up, we'll tell you how Stephanie Nation helped build Central Florida into a national power. You're watching the Intercollegiate Team Championships on CSTV. The Rock River winds its way through downtown Rockford, Illinois, site of the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Best 16 teams in the nation gathered going after the national championship.
Always a highlight in my career, walking into the national championship arena.
Wichita State's always a power. The defending champions look good early, defeating West Texas A&M in a rematch of last year's championship match. But they ran into trouble against Lindenwood and faced elimination when they took on Maryland Eastern Shore. And the Shocker season came to an emotional end.
We went in there knowing that we were going to do it and that we were going to beat them, and we took the first 3, and from there out, we just knew. We just knew it was desperate.
Lewis and her Hawks took on Lindenwood in the semifinals, and this match went the distance.
Maryland Eastern Shore's relatively new program, they were seeded number 1 after qualifying.
And backed up that high ranking. In the end, it was Lindenwood who prevailed, earning a spot in the championship match. Central Florida had to play their way through the losers bracket. They had an unforgettable semifinal against Morehead State.
It was just unbelievable. I have never seen a semi this long. It was 4 hours. The first set went 7 games. The second set went 4.5, 3.5. It was just unreal.
Central Florida revealing their tenacity. They refused to lose, playing their way into the championship match. The tournament recap, Lindenwood undefeated this week. Central Florida outlasting a talented Morehead State program.
Look out for Morehead State in the future. They have a deep lineup. They're a tough team. They made a great showing this week.
Last year's champions finished 5th. College bowling, 90 years old now. First match held in 1916 at Yale. As for 2006,
Jennifer Adela, Junior, Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
Jennifer winning her Pennsylvania High School State Championship on TV in 2003.
But she can only knock down 6 pins.
You're seeing a lot of players missing the head pin to the right. This isn't a simple lane condition. There's an out of bounds. She hit the out of bounds. Her ball lost some energy and didn't recover. She's gonna wanna go straight to convert the 1-2-4-8.
And Jennifer picks up the spare, nicely done. Fourth frame now for the Knights of Central Florida. And they turn to the freshman, opting for the brace.
Bridget Harrelson, freshman, Homestead, Florida.
Most players use a wrist brace to stabilize their release.
And Bridget gets everything but the 7-pin.
One of the best high school bowlers in Florida. She gets the line great, strong lefty. She thought it was a great shot. Didn't go.
Stephanie Nation wearing a microphone. You can hear her thoughts. And Harrelson gets it done, picking up the spare.
She switches balls to the plastic. It won't hook as much. It's more predictable. Creates less friction on the lane.
Lindenwood with the early lead through 4 frames. And now the Lions turn to their leader.
Jess Lisaganich, senior, Reading, Pennsylvania.
Senior trying to cap her career with a national title. And there's the strike.
As an anchor bowler, she has carried this team into the finals. Great shot, just like she does this every day.
Third early strike for the Lindenwood Lions, and now a chance to learn more about the National Bowler of the Year.
Stephanie Nation, senior, Miami, Florida.
In high school, I played a lot of sports. Bowling just was different. I wanted to take something that everybody could do and master it. And I've worked so hard, and it's really my passion, and I enjoy doing it so much. I'm very outspoken on the lanes. I'm very charismatic, and I show a lot of emotion no matter what, good or bad. We're very positive, and I think that's what I bring to the team the most. I'm what you probably consider a pressure bowler. It doesn't really bother me when it comes down to it. It's just bowling, and I finally figured that out. No I in team, no me in bowling. I think it's an honor to be the best bowler in college along with my boyfriend, PJ Haggerty. He's a great player as well. He's very deserving of the award. It's just amazing that we can look back and cherish these moments together and know that we did all that we could do, and we've been there for our team no matter what. Oh yeah, I could beat him any day. I love bowling because it's something that I've found a passion in my life that I could be good at and take pride in, and be a part of as many teams as I have been, and just take pride in my teammates, my school, my coaches. It's such an honor to look back at these moments and be able to just cherish them, knowing that I was a part of something special.
And Steph's my teammate on Team USA. I've always admired her spare shooting and just overall positive attitude.
A tricky spare left. Her boyfriend, PJ Haggerty of Fresno State, knows just how difficult that could be.
Two-time player of the year. Their relationship has been getting a lot of attention lately. This shot's a little bit light, never made the corner. It's going to be a really difficult split to convert. I guess you just want to go as hard as you can at the 2-8 and hope that it jumps out of the back and hits the 10.
And somehow Nation picks it up.
That was truly amazing. Truly, the odds on that shot are unreal. Nation's a great spare shooter, but that was just crazy. 2-pin into the 8, into the 10. You just don't see that very much.
A miraculous shot put away by Stephanie Nation. And she's got reason to feel good. The crowd is loving it here in Rockford, Illinois. We welcome you back to the Cherry Bowl in Rockford, Illinois. Intercollegiate Team Bowling Championships, and Lindenwood off to a commanding lead.
Lions up by 26, back at the top of the lineup.
Here's Ashley Gordon. And there's another strike.
Two really good shots. Her first shot was flush. She throws another good shot that just kicks out the 10. Her ball speed is a lot slower than most of these girls, but she's got it going. It's working.
For Central Florida, Michelle Carcagenti had a strike in her first frame. And she pours in another strike.
She answers back with another great shot. She looks extremely confident. This UCF team really works well as one unit. They're in this together. Her ball conserves energy. That's why it hits so hard. She loved the shot. She knew it was good off her hand.
And Michelle started that celebration walk early. Here's Emily Papke, who knows what it takes to roll a 300 game.
Iowa Bowler of the Year in 2001 comes up a little light, leaving the 2.48.
There was excitement away from the lanes of the Cherry Bowl as players put on their best formal wear for the awards banquet. Hardware handed out to the best bowlers in the country.
There's Clara Guerrero, all the way from Columbia, South America, bowling for Wichita State University.
One of two shockers to earn first-team All-American honors. For the individual awards, Carrie Smith won Rookie of the Year, and 2 honors went to Central Florida.
And for Costello, that was her 2nd straight Coach of the Year award.
Papke going after the spare. And Emily knocks him down.
Really good idea to hook into that spare to make sure she gets that 8-pin that's in the back.
Next up for Central Florida, Michelle Erler.
Michelle said that her main focus today would be on her breathing and blocking out all distractions. Last shot, the 7-pin was the distraction.
Let's see if Michelle can improve on that open frame. And she can breathe easy with the big strike.
Really solid shot. She redeemed herself right there. The first time that the lefty actually kicks out that 7-pin. Falls late, but it falls. That keeps them in this match, but still down by 23.
Melanie Regis had a strike in the 3rd frame. And leaves the 9-pin.
Shot was left off her hand. It looks like she picked up her head just a little bit when she followed through, forcing her to miss left. Leaving the 9-pin. Harden straight at the 9, and she converts it.
And the native of Quebec picks up the spare. Kayla Lehman rolling for Central Florida.
This is a big shot for Central Florida because it would give them 3 strikes in a row, cutting into the Lions' lead.
The former youth champion trying to earn her team a national championship. The 6-pin won't go down.
Her ball looks like it's just hooking a little bit early. Just left of the head pin. Lucky to just leave only one standing.
No trouble for Kayla.
This is Kayla's last year on the team. Nation and Kayla are seniors. The program's come such a long way since their freshman year.
But it is Lindenwood with a 23-pin advantage on CSTV.
What I love most about bowling is the opportunities it's given me. I've been able to travel around the country, meet a lot of cool people, travel to a lot of different places.
The thing that I love most about bowling is the fact that it's kind of like my happy place. I go there when I have problems or when I'm stressed out. It's kind of like my safe haven.
All the different people that I get to interact with and all the friends that I've made over the years. I've been bowling since I was 5, so I'm 21 now, so it's a long time. I have a lot of friends through the sport.
There is a lot to love about college bowling, and Wichita State has loved this event. Most tournament appearances, most titles. They were the first champion in 1975. Lindenwood up 23 pins, heading to the 9th frame, and Jennifer Radilla. She builds on that advantage.
Really good break. Radilla really worked on her mental game to prepare for this moment. It's a little right, but it hooks up enough, just enough to touch the head pin and roll the 2-pin forward. Nice break going into the 10th frame. She just set Jessica up.
So the pressure building on Central Florida. They have to come up with a response. Harrelson shined in high school. And Bridget leaves herself a difficult spare, but it's one she has to have.
It's a 4-6-10. Really hard to make this. Her ball didn't look too bad. It hooked up a little bit sharp off the break point. It just left a disaster, and she must make this to have any chance at winning this game.
Can't get the spare. And with that open frame, Lindenwood will take game one.
Pat Costello and her Central Florida team's thinking they're really glad it's the best out of 3 match.
But although the first game is mathematically wrapped up, Jesla Zaganic trying to add to the tally.
And if there's ever a time to leave a pocket 7-10, it's now. It doesn't matter. She's probably got a little bit relaxed on that one. Threw a pretty good shot. Got a little bit right.
And I believe in bowling parlance, this is the dreaded 7-10 split.
Not if you've already won the game.
Takes care of the 7.
They shoot 194. The best the Knights can do is 179.
And as Stephanie Nation gets set to roll, what do the Knights need to do in the second game?
Stephanie really needs to get comfortable right here. She needs to get set up and ready for the next game.
Type of effort you like to see in game 2, leaves the 10 pin.
It was a good ball. It was on line. She threw it good with authority. She just needs to use these frames to get settled in for the next game. The eyeball, I believe, given to her by her boyfriend, PJ Haggerty.
The eyes have it. It's a best 2 of 3 format. Teams will shift lanes in game 2. And Nation looking to generate some momentum heading into the second game. Central Florida will start the next game rolling first. So that'll wrap up game 1. A convincing win by the Lindenwood Lions, and they're just 1 game away from winning the national championship. Back with more on CSTV. The Lindenwood Lions take the opening game of the women's national title match of the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Brian Weber back with you at the Cherry Bowl. The Lions were dialed in game 1, taking advantage of back-to-back open frames from Central Florida, staying clean until the 10th. Let's check in with Deandra. She's with National Coach of the Year, Pat Costello.
Coach, dug yourself a little bit of a hole that first game, hard to get out of. How is your team going to dig deep to get it done this next game?
It just seems like that's the way they bowled all week. They come from behind, so I guess we're just going to do it like we have all week.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Cherry Bowl is a special venue for Pat Costello. 26 years ago, she won the U.S. Open on these lanes.
Not only a great coach, but a great bowler.
Carcagenti with the strike.
These 2 teams switch lanes. Really important to get a good read on the lane right out of the gate. Michelle does that for her team. She's 3 for 3 with great momentum.
Getting her team off to an outstanding start. Now Ashley Gordon looking to match that performance. 3 strikes in 3 chances. And Gordon gets everything but the 4-pin.
Looked like a good shot. Might have been a little bit slower, causing her ball to hook up just a little bit early. Could have been a split, but it was just the 4-pin. Pulls out a plastic ball. She's going to go hard and straight.
Ashley Gordon opens game 2 with the spare. And a little bit of a mixed bag for Michelle Erler in game 1. Did have the strike, but trying to bounce back from the open frame.
Words of encouragement from her teammates. She missed left on that shot, came in light, left at 369. Her ball didn't have enough energy off the break point to make it up to the pocket.
And Michelle trying to talk that ball into cooperating.
Ideally, she wants to hook into the spare, covering all 3 pins with her ball.
Well done by Michelle Erler. Next up for Lindenwood, Emily Papke. And she's got the strike.
Emily's ball rolls nice and even. There's no sudden jerky movements. It's right on line, it stays on line, it pushes, and it's high flush.
And a reason to be fired up. Both teams clean through 2 frames, but Lindenwood coming off a strike. Lehman rolls.
Super aggressive on that shot. Kayla gave it all that she had. Got to the line perfectly. A lot of leverage, a lot of power. It was a great shot, and she liked it.
Both teams seeming to find their sync as this event rolls along. Regis, a strike and a spare.
Wow, all these girls doing a really good job of keeping their balls on line. Lindenwood's in control. They're staying close to the pocket, avoiding mistakes, and forcing Central Florida to beat them. They are not beating themselves.
Regis took a long, hard look. Now she needs the 7 for the spare. Melanie Regis gets it done. 3 frames complete in game 2. Lindenwood took game 1. The Intercollegiate Team Bowling Championships on CSTV. A year ago, we brought you a dramatic final in the women's championship match. West Texas A&M against Wichita State, and the Lady Buffaloes got off to a strong start.
All-American Tina Stickney had a great year for the Buffaloes.
As did Clara Guerrero for the Shockers. She had a pair of strikes to help her team win game 1. But in game 2, the Shockers had some trouble with open frames.
And late, Carolyn LaGrange helped fuel a Shocker comeback.
Picking up the important strike, frustration began to set in for West Texas A&M, setting the stage for Anita Mann's National Player of the Year to clinch the win. And Mann secured the victory. Wichita State swept the Buffaloes.
The Shockers' 7th national title.
Coming up, Deandra takes you inside the game on CSTV. Rockford, Illinois is the site of the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Not too far from the Rock River, you'll find the Cherry Bowl. This is Brian Weber. Now let's check in with my partner, Deandra Asbeatty, spotlighting one of the fundamentals of bowling.
Some say the most important element of a good, solid approach is a free arm swing. In order to achieve a free arm swing, we have to allow the weight of the ball to swing our arm. Here today, we have Carolyn LaGrange from Wichita State University to demonstrate a great drill that you can use to achieve a free swing. Now we want to make sure that some of the weight of the ball is in our left arm so that the right arm is a little more relaxed to create that free swing. I just want you to push it away and allow the ball to swing your arm. As you can see, there's no muscle whatsoever in that swing. Now she's ready to incorporate this free swing into her approach. Carolyn, thanks so much for being here and demonstrating your great swing.
Thank you.
And thank you, Deandra, for sharing some bowling knowledge. 70 schools have women's teams. This final best-of-3 format. We're in game 2, 4th frame. Lindenwood took the opening game. And Bridget Harrelson comes up with the strike.
Harrelson gets to the line with a lot of power. This power translates to her ball, which makes her ball hit the pins as hard as it does.
Can Jennifer Radilla pick up her 2nd strike? She knocks them all down.
High-scoring game so far. Both teams off to a really solid start.
And now let's see if Stephanie Nation can maintain the momentum. The 10 pin would not cooperate. PJ Haggerty living and dying with every roll.
Steph said she's going to really try to remind herself that it's just bowling. She's not going to try any harder than she normally would. And you can see that. It looks effortless.
Nation converts the spare. And still no open frames in the second game. Lezaganic did have the one miscue in game one, but that game had already been wrapped up. And she is nearly stellar here. The 10-pin does not go down.
Jess is the girl that you want throwing it for all the marbles. She's the go-to girl. You know she's going to keep it online. She knows it too.
Avoids the gutter straight on and picks up the spare. Central Florida has a 9-pin advantage in a must-win game. It is the Intercollegiate Bowling Championships on CSTV. We're back at the Cherry Bowl. Let's check in with Deandra. She's with someone who knows what it takes to win a national title.
I'm here with Ruth Papa, a member of the Wichita State University bowling team, defending national champions. What's the atmosphere like here compared to other college sports?
You know, this is just such a range of emotions for these players. It's like, it's so loud at one point, and then all of a sudden you can hear a pin drop, you know, at any other second. So the players are just trying to keep their emotions under control while still having a really good time and just living in the moment.
And what's it like to watch?
I understand how they feel, but you kind of want to be down there and, you know, be part of it, so.
Thank you.
Wichita State will have to wait till next year. Things remain tight in game 2. Carcagente closing in on a 200 average. More words of advice from Stephanie Nation. First time in this one, she did not pick up a strike.
I did notice watching all week that there was a lot of 10 pins thrown. It's because of this difficult lane condition. The balls are losing energy going down the lane and are all out of energy hitting the pocket.
Michelle picks up the spare. Ashley Gordon taking her time.
Ashley's favorite bowler is Kim Terrell, who happens to be the USBC collegiate spokesperson. A great idol to have.
And your observation about the 10-pin remains true.
Another 10-pin. You can literally see the ball losing energy down the lane. She keeps it online just like she has all match. It just doesn't get there. Not enough energy leaves the 10.
That is 4 consecutive frames in which the 10-pin has failed to fall. Once more, though, the spare converted. 9-pin advantage for Central Florida. They have to win this game to force game 3.
And we're coming down to the wire. Very impressive, both teams staying clean. Looked like she was a little bit tentative on that shot. It's easy to be tentative in these pressure situations. A little bit careful. The ball goes high. She leaves a 2-4-7. Her last shot was light, might have just overcorrected. In order to get this spare, she needs a hook into the 2-4. That takes out the 7.
And Michelle cannot pick up the spare. First open frame comes in frame 7. An opening for Emily Papke. And she pounces on it.
Really capitalizing on this mistake made by the Knights. Big shot right there.
Big swing as Central Florida now down 6 pins.
She was confident with this shot. Right on line, hits flush, kicks out the 10. She loves it, knows that they're ahead now.
And with Central Florida falling behind, Kayla Lehman has to produce.
Looked like it was just left off her hand. It's really important that these girls breathe, take their time, and really focus on making a good shot. This was left early, never had a chance to hit the pocket. Could have got lucky on the Brooklyn. Should be an easy conversion.
Kayla picks up the spare, but she doesn't know it. A foul has been called.
You cannot have any part of your foot cross that foul line. Really big mistake.
And a major turn that negates the spare. It's an open frame, 10 pins lost. And here's Melanie Regis trying to exploit the mistake. Regis leaves 3 pins up.
Her ball loses energy going down the lane. Comes in light, leaves the 2-4-5. And this 2-4-5 isn't as easy as you think. It's a tricky spare because you can miss it a lot of different ways. She wants to put her ball right in the middle of the 2-5. Then the 2 goes into the 4 to make it.
And indeed, the 2-4-5 proves difficult. Regis only gets 1 pin.
She chops the 5 off the 2-4-5. Nerves are definitely playing a part at this stage of the game.
So Lehman's foul was important, but not as costly as it might have been. Still, Central Florida down 3 pins. The tension mounts at the Cherry Bowl in Rockford, Illinois. Lindenwood took game 1 in this best-of-3 format. They have a 3-pin lead heading to the 9th frame.
Bridget Harrelson said that she would visualize every shot she'd make before she makes it. Now would be a good time to visualize a good, clean shot.
And not clean enough. The 4 and 7 don't go down.
Her ball looked like it picked up a little speed at the end of the pattern, went right through the nose, leaving the 4-7. Could have been a disaster.
And Bridget realizing it could have been far worse. Lindenwood hoping they're just a few frames away from a national title. And Harrelson trying to keep her team in it. Picks up the significant spare.
And even the most simple tasks are really difficult in these types of situations. You can see everyone's nerves. I remember being in that situation. The arena's awesome. The pressure is hard to handle.
Jennifer Radilla cannot get the 3, 6, and 10 pins to go down.
Jennifer's ball, little in at the break point. It's high. She stays out of trouble, only leaving the 3, 6, 10. She wants to cover the 3, 6, 10 by hitting the 3, 6 with her ball, the 6 going into the 10.
Central Florida is already marked in this frame. Radilla looking to answer.
And she does. Really easy spare to chop. She makes them all.
So heading into the 10th frame, Lindenwood has the 3-pin edge, meaning effectively it's Nation against Lezaganic.
This is an all or nothing shot for Stephanie. This is what she loves. She thrives on this pressure.
She's got it, a huge strike, just as her boyfriend PJ Haggerty has done many times for Fresno State.
Stephanie gets to the line just as solid as she has in this whole final. Her ball's on line. She cannot hit the pocket any better than that shot right there, and she knows it. Her entire career comes down to this. She wants to take this to 3 games.
PJ trying to will his girlfriend to the victory. Another roll for Stephanie Nation.
Needs a double to force Jess to double in the 10th to take it to 3 games.
And another strike.
Wow, those shots were so clutch. I just got chills. That was just amazing.
And Lindenwood's body language says it all.
I said Steph's last shot couldn't get any better, and it just might have. This shot was unbelievable. Puts it in there and loves it.
Nation has already turned up the pressure on Lindenwood, looking to add to it with another roll.
pins on the fill ball means that Jess needs a double and 7 to win the national championship.
So Lezaganic knows the scenario. If she can't roll a pair of strikes and knock down 7 pins, this match will go down to a third game.
Staying relaxed, she's just talking to her teammates before stepping up, taking her time.
She's got the first strike.
Wow, that was her worst shot that she's thrown in this final, but what an incredible break for Lindenwood. Going Brooklyn, she barely hits the head pin. Left all the way, really good break at a really great time.
Needs another strike here, or this match will go to the third game. And she's got it!
Wow, now that was an incredible shot. She knew her first one was lucky, but capitalized on that to make this one a whole lot better.
Lezaganic needs 7 pins for the national championship. Central Florida can't bear to watch.
And UCF knows that a player of Jessica's caliber, 7 pins shouldn't be too difficult.
Lezaganic rolling for a national championship.
6 to tie, 7 to win.
She needed 7, and she got 7.
And she doesn't even know. Now she does.
It's a lucky number 7 for the Lindenwood Lions, national champions in 2006. A dramatic finish at the Cherry Bowl. The Lindenwood Lions win by 1 pin. They hoist the Helmer Cup. An emotion for both sides. Central Florida played so well in defeat. Certainly a year they can be proud of. Fans enjoyed every moment of this championship match. Another look at the final frame. Lezaganic needed 7, and it took her a moment to realize she had delivered. Let's check in with Deandra. She's with the victorious Lions.
Congratulations, Jess. Going into that final frame, what were you thinking?
This is what I waited for a long time, to be in that position, and I just had to answer back. And
Congratulations. Coach, last year, Lindenwood men. This year, Lindenwood women. Is it something in the water?
It might be something in Rockford. I don't know. We like Rockford.
Congratulations.
We would like to thank the guys for allowing us to borrow their shirts.
And just as the Lindenwood men did last year, the Lady Lions are national champions. A stellar performance to wrap up the national title. Let's go back to Deandra. She's with Stephanie Nation.
Stephanie, in your 10th frame, you did all that you could.
We didn't leave anything on the table. We came here as a team. We're leaving as a team. And that's all we can ask of each other.
Great program, great coaching. You guys are going to be back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stephanie Nation did all she could, but Lindenwood wins the 2006 Intercollegiate Team Championships. For more, log on to CSTV.com, the ultimate destination for scores, news, highlights, and analysis. For Deandra Asbaty, this is Brian Weber. We'll see you next time on CSTV, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports.